All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Chicago Bears rookie linebacker Ruben Hyppolite. Hyppolite had a really solid debut for the Bears in their first preseason game, and we'll highlight everything he did so well. Plus, we'll show exactly why the Bears are so high on his playmaking ability. As always, in the comment section below, leave us any feedback. Plus, if there's any other players who want us to break down, put them down there as well. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's start with the run defense. There's Hyppolite right there, number 47 on the right side of your screen. So the Miami Dolphins are going to run a kind of outside zone concept to the offensive right, the left side of your screen. We're going to get a zone double team right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get a zone double team right here, working up to the next level. And we're going to get it backside cutoff blocks on the backside. Fullback right here, or lined up in the fullback position, he's going to block the defensive end, that edge rusher, and the running back's going to take the handoff behind the quarterback and take that outside zone track just like that. Let's watch number 47, the rookie right here. He makes a very bold move. He undercuts all the trash right here, and he's able to make the play. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the zone tracks across the board. Fullback working up to number 45, the edge defender. You can see the quarterback handing off the running back behind him just like that. Outside zone concept. Let's watch number 47. Gets downhill, sees an opportunity, undercuts everyone. That is a bold move. If you're going to undercut just like this, you have got to make the tackle, because if you don't, there's no one behind you. Maybe you can hit this crease for a big play. But 47, again, playmaker, undercuts it all, makes a tackle. Phenomenal job right here for number 47. That's one of the things that made him just stand out on tape. His playmaking ability. He plays downhill, folks. There's sometimes he gets a little too aggressive, and we'll cover that in this film cut up. But I tell you what, when you see plays like this, you can't help but get excited about this rookie's future. All right, from the wide copy, really great look at him right here. Watch him go downhill when the opportunity strikes, makes his decision with speed and authority, and makes a tackle. One of the things I love about this rookie is he flies at 100 miles an hour. He doesn't second guess any decision. When he sees an opportunity to strike, he strikes. He doesn't slow play. He doesn't delay. I personally like linebackers to be a little bit more methodical, a little bit more slow play and wait for your moment to strike. But Hyppolite, he is a downhill machine, a supersonic missile coming at the opposition, just like we see right here. Nice play from the rookie. All right, let's go goal line defense right here. You can see the goal lines right there. The Miami Dolphins are knocking on the door, and you can see 47 right here. So on goal line, things get a little dicey, right? Everyone gets really compact. So we're going to get sort of an inside zone concept. Fullback's going to go in motion this way, and he's just going to hit this hole right here, just trying to clear out people. So we're going to get zone block there, zone block there, zone block here on the backside. Everyone working up just like this. The whole goal here is just to get hats on hats. So we're actually not going to block number 47, but that's almost by intent, by design, because you want this running back going full speed here, because you don't think number 47 can hit you with enough speed, enough momentum to make the play in his own right. But guess what, folks? This young linebacker can and did. Let's check it out. There's motion. There's a snap. You can see the full speed. They're going through the hole right there. They're expecting this running back to go through and just power through. And even if 47 tackles him, he'll fall forward into the end zone. It'll be a touchdown. But watch what happens. Hyppolite fights through the trash, gets downhill. Again, doesn't second guess it. Gets him on the ground just short. I like him to finish a little bit better with his tackling. That's something he needs to work on. He's such a physical player, but just ramping up and finishing the play, right? He almost misses with his arms a little bit. Running back ends up short of the end zone, so it ends up working out okay for the Bears defense. But he flies downhill with so much speed and aggression. Again, when he makes up his mind, which is right here, he goes with reckless abandon. That's one of the things I love about him. When he makes mistakes, the mistakes he does make, they're full speed. And when he makes big plays, they're at full speed. He goes 100 miles an hour. He is an uncaged animal that gets let off the leash every once in a while. And I tell you what, Bears fans, if he just gets a little bit more refined, he could be a superstar in this defense. All right, from the wide copy, you can see Hyppolite right there in the middle of your screen. Watch him make his decision right there. He's made up his mind. I'm going downhill, and he does with authority. Makes the tackle. Running back ends up scooting forward. He falls into the end zone, but he's short by about a yard. You can see the Dolphins celebrating. A little premature there. He's well short, about a half yard, 1 yard line where he was tackled. So again, Hyppolite right there, though, needs to ramp up just a little bit better. The running back is kind of almost able to duck underneath him. Good job by number 8, the tailback here, just to fight through and get whatever he could in this play. But Hyppolite, man, when he makes his decisions, he is flying. Look at the speed he's playing at right here. He's kind of going along, and he puts his foot in the ground, and then zoom, right to the running back. Heat-seeking missile, this young linebacker. Or sticking with the goal line kind of defense, there's Hyppolite right there, number 47. This is one of the greatest goal line linebacker plays I think I've ever seen when you factor everything into it. So what the Dolphins are going to do is they're going to bring this guy in motion pre-snap, and he's going to try and lead through the hole just like this. The tight end's going to work his way. We're going to get a double team right here. They're going to try to work to Hyppolite. But what Hyppolite does here is he recognizes what happens. He sees him working out. He sees this tight end coming around and leading through the hole just like this, and he sees an opportunity with this double team coming down. He plays directly off the hip of this tackle and basically ends up making the play in the backfield, forces the running back who's going this way to fly back into another defender, just go into a mass of humanity inside. This is such a good play, folks, right here by number 47. Didn't get a lot of credit on the broadcast footage, but this was really, really phenomenal. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. You can see right there. Watch Hyppolite. Watch him just slide casually like it's nothing. Slide, 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 downhill, make the play. This is so freaking good, guys. I can't get over this. Most linebackers, they're either a little bit slow in this and they get caught up in this trash and the running back scoots in easily, or they're a little too downhill and they overrun the play. Hyppolite does just the most perfect thing I've ever seen. Slow play, downhill aggressive, make the tackle. This is so good, guys. I know I've said that a bunch, but man, this is awesome. This is how you play goal line linebacker, because there's going to be opportunities when you're on the backside like this, because these tackles are trying to get movement. They only have a yard or two to go. They're not going to come off on you like they would if it was short yardage in like the 50 or something like that. You can see this tackle by the time he realizes, oh my goodness, Hyppolite's already there. It's too late for him to come off. He plays with so much speed and aggression, but this time he times it perfectly. Perfect rep from 47. All right, from the wide copy, watch Hyppolite right there. This is such a good angle at it. Watch him slow play, slow play. There's the hole right there. He's already right there. The running back's like, oh my goodness, I got to duck it up inside. And there's the cavalry, no touchdown. This is so good. I don't know, I've said that like 25 times, but I just can't get over this. Look how these other linebackers play, right? They run into contact. Let's look at another linebacker here. And I don't mean to pick on any of these guys, but watch him right here. He kind of just throws his helmet in there because you kind of have to. It's goal line. It's hard. It's going 300 miles an hour in this tiny box, right? A lot of it's just guessing and throwing your body in there and hoping you hit the opposition short of the goal line. But Hyppolite, this is so intentional, so deliberate. Slow play, strike with high speed and authority, make the play, great rep. All right, very next play, it's now 4th and goal. You can see 47 right there. It's going to be another inside run by the Miami Dolphins. This time 44, Sewell, he makes the play in the backfield. But I want you guys to focus on Ruben Hyppolite right here. Again, didn't get a lot of credit because Sewell, number 44, he made the play of the day. It was an awesome play. But who would have been there to make the tackle if Sewell didn't? This young linebacker. Let's check it out. There's a snap. They're going downhill inside. 44 is right there. He blows the play up. No chance. But you'll notice something, guys. Let's say 44 hadn't been there. Let's say he had gone to the right or just been in the wrong spot. Who would have been there to make the play? Hyppolite again. He knows what's coming, guys. Such a smart player. So slow, patient, hop. Look at this. He feels the double team coming at him, right? They actually buried 96 in the end zone. Not a terrible double team by 52, Patrick Paul. But Hyppolite, it's so easy. It's almost nonchalant. Little hop, easily downhill, heat-seeking missile. He's one of these guys, and I love linebackers that are like this. Safeties can be like this too, where if you can be slow and methodical and just casually dodge like in a phone booth and then put your foot in the ground and play at 100 miles an hour, that's special stuff. That's why guys go to the NFL Combine to look for attributes like this, and I tell you what, folks, Hyppolite's got it. All right, for the wide copy, you can see how casually this is. So nonchalant, right? Double team comes at him, hop, downhill with speed, help finish the play. Again, 44 Sewell, he's the guy that makes the play and deserves all the credit right here. He does a great job timing it up, going unblocked. But if he didn't make the play, guess who would have been right there? Hyppolite, untouched in the hole, just like he was the previous play. He's just so smart, so savvy, almost casual with it in these kind of plays, and he gets downhill with reckless abandon. Needs to clean up his zone running defense, a little bit. We got an example coming up. But I tell you what, in terms of downhill gap schemes, he is so good at them. He'll be a nightmare for teams like the Lions, like the Packers, for a long time with defense like this. All right, as good as Hyppolite's first set of plays were, this was his best play of the day by far, by my opinion. So there he is, number 47 right there. And the Bears, they're bringing the house. They're bringing a lot of bodies right here, trying to get pressure on the quarterback. And they're leaving Hyppolite one-on-one on the tight end who just goes into the flat just like this. It is a good job covering him. But it's what happens after the throw goes to somebody else deep down the field that I think is really impressive. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see they're bringing the blitz. Hyppolite on the tight end, right? Releasing the flat. Good coverage situation. Look at this. Pocket collapsing the quarterback. He's going to step up, hangs in there, throws it deep. He's got his man open, makes the corner miss, makes the safety miss. It's going to be a touchdown. But who's 50 yards downfield? The linebacker. He was covering number 80. Let's back this up, guys, as far as we can. Right? So right there, you can see Hyppolite. Ball's in there. He's, again, such a great athlete. He's running downfield. Number 80 thinks it's a touchdown. Everyone thinks it's a touchdown. This wide receiver is going to deliver the final block. Both guys are on the ground for the Bears. Who prevents it from being a touchdown? Hyppolite. 40, 50 yards downfield. Again, he's covering the tight end in the flat. And right there you see him turn on the jets and make the touchdown saving tackle. You want to talk about championship effort, playoff effort, go to a playoffs, win a playoff game, make a run at something special. This is what gets you there, right? Because 99 times out of 100 in the past with the Bears and with a lot of NFL teams, this is a touchdown when this happens, right? Receiver makes a good catch, cuts behind everyone falls down, it's a touchdown, it's a highlight play for the offense. Maybe you're going to lose the game. Maybe you're going to miss the playoffs, right? But this time, you've got a guy like Hyppolite, high effort, high motor guy, 40, 50 yards downfield, making the tackle, saving a touchdown. Phenomenal job. All right, from the wide copy, looks really, really great. So Hyppolite goes in the flat right here to cover the tight end, stays with him. He sees the ball in the air, puts his foot in the ground, and hustles his butt down there. So right here, you can see this receiver's here to clean up. Everyone else is on the ground. If Hyppolite, let's say, is just going 3/4 speed and he's here at the 35, this receiver scoots by and scores. Instead, Hyppolite makes the tackle, saves a touchdown, saves 25 yards. Again, winning championship effort. This is what it's all about, folks. Playing at another speed. Let's compare him to what else is happening on the field, right? So right here, let's freeze. You can see this corner. You can see his distance there. Hyppolite's a little bit closer than he is. But let's look at these two speed, this backside defensive back and Hyppolite. Who's going faster? Who's playing harder, right? That Hyppolite is. This DB, I think he's going about 90% speed, right? He's not busting his butt. Hyppolite going 100% speed. Absolute maximum. Saves a touchdown. Elite effort. Get this guy on the field. All right, let's now show something that Hyppolite really needs to work on. There he is right there, directly impeded by the goalpost. Imagine that. So here are the Miami Dolphins. They're going to run an inside zone concept. So we're going to get zone concept across the board right here. We're going to get zone double team between the center and the right guard, working up to Hyppolite, and then backside cutoffs. Running back's going to take this track and try and cut back wherever he can, whether it's inside, that gap, wherever he finds a hole, right? Standard zone scheme stuff that happens all the time. So the goal here in terms of what the offense is trying to do is they're trying to take all of these guys on the defense in terms of the screens left and get them dislocated either that way, or that way, right? Again, let me clean up the arrows here. That's kind of a miss. Basically, they just want to seal here and then get a backside seal here and have the running back cut through. Again, standard zone scheme stuff. It's how the stuff works. It's how it's been working in the NFL for a long time. One thing you can't do in run defense is make it easy for him, and that's exactly what Hyppolite does. He goes downhill too fast, too soon, allows the guard to pick him up and dislocate him out the hole, opens up a huge cutback lane. This is something he definitely needs to clean up. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the zone tracks across the board. Again, Hyppolite, he makes up his mind, going downhill right now, but the guard sees him, picks him up, and shoves him into the ground. Look at this cutback lane. Look at all this green grass. Here's why you cannot do this with some of these schemes, or if you do it, you have got to make the play. It's hit or miss. It's a swing for the fences or strike out. And here's a situation, struck out big time. I think this is too aggressive. You have to understand you're doing what the offense wants you to do. It's an outside zone concept. Slow play it a little bit. Stay a little flat, right? Make the offensive line come to you. Make the running back lose momentum. Now there's this huge cutback opportunity and a really big run for the Dolphins. Hyppolite does a lot of really good things. I love his motor and intensity, but here, again, nowhere near the play. There wasn't even an opportunity. It wasn't like a chance for a tackle loss before. Like before, there was a chance to backdoor it and make the play from behind everyone. Here, offensive guard's looking right at him, got him dead to rights, and he flies upfield anyway, ends up on the dirt, opens up that huge cutback lane. Look how much dislocation happens because of this, right? He ends up this way, defensive tackle falls over behind him, and look at all this space. Big run for Miami. Hyppolite cannot do this. This is where teams like the Detroit Lions will absolutely eviscerate you. They'll run, Jahmyr Gibbs and company, they'll run for 500 yards on you if you do plays like this, something he has to clean up if he wants more playing time. All right, from the wide copy, get a good look at it right here. So he goes down. He is so aggressive. Watch when he makes his decision. He's like, all right, I'm flying downhill right now. Super aggressive. Look at him compared to 44. He's a good player, Sewell, right? So you can see Sewell. He's kind of slow playing a little bit. Right here, look how much deeper 47 is compared to 44. We're talking 2-3 yards. When 47 decides to go downhill, he goes downhill in a hurry, but this time it gets him in trouble, gets ran past the play, and look at this huge cutback. This is exactly what you want offensively. You want to string out the defense, get these guys overextended, dislocated, and then cut back behind them. Exactly what happened. Hyppolite can't let this happen. Slow played a little bit more. When the opportunities are there, you can strike, but don't just fly in and with reckless abandon all the time. You got to be a team fundamental player, something he'll clean up going forward. All right, let's end on an example of Hyppolite doing just that, being a team fundamental player. There he is right there on the right side of your screen. So the Dolphins here are running kind of a funky scheme. So they're going to take this backside H-back, and he's going to come and loop around just like this. And they're going to have everyone else kind of power inside, like power kind of gap concepts just like this, tight end working down. And we're going to see another dolphin come in motion right here. So it's a pretty kind of confusing scheme, but it's going to end up being kind of a counter concept. So basically, they want to show a lot of window dressing to get everyone from Chicago moving that way, have this tight end wrap around like this, and have the running back take this step and then work around. Now, the backside of the Bears defense does a great job. They pursue from the backside, make the play. Great work there. But again, I want you guys to focus on Hyppolite, number 47. He does his job this way this play just develops, right? He doesn't go over aggressive, stays calm, waits for the play to go to him, and becomes part of the tackle. Let's check it out. All right, there's a motion. There's a snap. You can see the kind of counter action they're trying to use with the H-back. But number 22 right there on the backside of the defense, doing his job, hawking him down from behind. Nice play. Let's look at 94 Booker. I think he did a great job playing off the tight end right here. He makes a play as well. Great rep from both of those guys. Let's look at Hyppolite. This is the exact opposite of what we saw in the previous play. Good stuff. There's a chance right here. Oh, do I go outside? Do I shoot the gap aggressively? Nope. Let me maintain my gap and my responsibility here. Oh, do I want to over pursue? Maybe run all the way over here next to Sewell, number 44. Nope. I'm going to stay calm, right? Or maybe do I try and just throw my helmet in there inside and maybe catch the running back or something like that? Nope. Wait for your opportunity and then become part of the tackle. Good, solid, fundamental defense, right? And this is a situation I don't think he is outside contained because I see 36 flying upfield just right here. I think he's the outside contained guy when it's all said and done for this defensive structure. But you see Hyppolite here, calm, cool, collected, part of the tackle. You don't need to over pursue. When the opportunities are there, you can strike. You'll make the plays. We've seen Hyppolite make the plays when there are chances. A lot of times at the linebacker position, just make it slow down, make it a mess, and then have your teammates clean it up when the opportunities are there. Hyppolite does a really good job here. Again, I want to see a little bit more of this when it comes to 47. Calm, cool, collected, make the play. All right, from the wide copy, you can see 47 right here. Again, very methodical, slow, developing, waiting for it to happen, and then get in on the tackle. He's not shooting any gaps. He's not flying all over the place, right? You can see this tight end. He's trying to wrap through around, but I see this safety. I think this would have been a tough one-on-one tackle, to be totally honest, but that's who it's designed to be in this situation. Hyppolite, I think, is responsible for his gap. You could also make an argument, I think Booker, in my opinion, gets a little too far inside as well, but he makes the play, so give credit where credit is due to him. But Hyppolite, again, cool, calm, collected. Wait for the opportunity. Don't just recklessly throw your body in there, right? We see some linebackers, they just get so hyper aggressive, and Hyppolite did that, of course, later in this or earlier in this sequence, throwing his body in there, getting upfield too fast in terms of the play. Here, again, slow, methodical, part of the tackle, exactly what you want to see.